Hey guys, it's Lindsay, and today I'm going to be doing the Grease book tag. This tag was created by Let's Talk Books, which is Nicole and Maria, so if you haven't heard of them, go check them out. They're awesome. I love their videos. They make me laugh. They're fantastic. They created this book tag for their love of Grease, and I'll link the original video down below along with their channel, so they're fantastic. Go check them out. There's about 10 questions here, so let's just get started on with the questions. The first one is Sandra Dee and Danny Zuko, your favorite high school sweetheart couple. And this one is probably one of my favorite all-time couples, and that is Lucy and Jude from the Crash Class Crush series by Nicole Williams. Her novels, I love them. Like, her writing is just so awesome, and they just give you the feels the whole time you're reading these books. And the twists and the turns within these novels, I can't even describe to you because they're so good. The tension in it, fantastic. Question number 2 is, you're the one that I want. An upcoming book release you want. The number 1 book release that I am anticipating this year is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, and that's the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series, and I cannot wait for it. It comes out September 1st, and oh man, I just can't wait for it. I'm so excited. And if you see me looking down, that's where my questions are, sorry. Number 3 is Hopelessly Devoted to You, a book a lot of people hate, but you will always stick by. I actually agree with Nicole and Maria on this one. I am a huge fan of 50 Shades of Grey, and if you don't like it, that's fine. I mean, I loved the first book. I have read the second book and part of the third book. I haven't finished it, but I mean, if it's not your cup of tea, then you don't have to read it. The writing, I really hated the writing because it totally read like Twilight, because it is a fan fiction of Twilight, but it's good nonetheless. I really enjoyed the movie and I love the book. So if you don't like the book, you don't like the book. You don't have to read it. So, I mean, don't hate me because I really like it. So that's the book I will always stick by. Question number 4 is Grease Lightning, a book that struck you in the heart with the feels. And this book I read in one sitting. I mean, I read the last 2 books in this series in one sitting, in one weekend, because they were so good. And that is Ignite Me by Tahereh Mafi. I loved this book. I mean, I finished it in one day, and it's a chunker. I mean, it's 405 pages. It was so good. I mean, this struck me in the heart. I mean, at the end of this book, I was just getting so giddy between Juliet and Warner. Oh man, this had me all sorts of emotions all over the place, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. So question number 5 is We Go Together, a book with your favorite group of friends. And this one is a no-brainer for me, and that is Sweet Addiction by J. Daniels. The cover is a little bit interesting, but she's a baker. The main character is a baker, and so that's why she's got sugar on her lips. I loved the characters within this book. The main characters, their best friends are just so hilarious. I read this book in like 2 days, and it had me laughing hysterically and crying, and it just had so many great times. But the group of friends in here, they truly are there for one another, and so I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But I really highly recommend that book, so go check it out. Question number 6 is Tears on My Pillow, the last book you cried to. And I don't really cry to a lot of books. It's just not something that I do, but the one that I do remember crying to is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This obviously has a very, very tragic ending. If you haven't read it, you probably have already figured out that it does have a sad ending, but I absolutely loved it. It made me cry. I had a box of tissues with me when I was reading the final pages of this, and I mean, it's just such a good book. I mean, I've only read one book by John Green, which was this one. I don't plan on reading anything else by him, but this one made me cry hysterically. I mean, it was bad, but this is the last book I remember crying to. Number 7, Beauty School Dropout. A book you could not finish. And this one is Alienated by Marissa Landers. I got about 100 pages into this book and I had to stop. I was so bored. And I know that Sasha at Book Utopia loves this book. I couldn't read it. I mean, I read the first 100 pages. I think I got to page 102 or something like that and I had to give up. I could not get into it. I couldn't connect with any of the characters. I couldn't picture myself in the world, in her shoes or something. I couldn't do it. So I'm sorry. I may end up picking this up later, maybe trying it again, but as of right now, I don't plan on doing so. I just couldn't finish this one. I'm sorry. Number 8 is Summer Nights, a character you would love to have a summer romance with. And once again, I love Damon from the Lux series. He is fantastic. I absolutely love him. And I hate taking him away from Katie. I would hate it, but I would want to for just a summer because he's just so perfect. I love him. And he would be a perfect summer boyfriend or summer romance boyfriend. And number 9 is Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee. Female character that went through a physical change. And that can mean like her outer appearance or her inner feelings or whatever. However you would interpret that question. But I picked Violet from Pucked, another sports romance book, and I absolutely loved it. This one's by Helena Hunting and I read this in a day. The headers on these chapters are hilarious. I would just find myself laughing at the headers instead of the book. But and the main female character, Violet, she is a little bit of a strange cookie. She I don't know how to describe her without like giving anything away, but she is a little bit of a whiny girl sometimes, but she changes throughout the whole book. And so I was really happy with her at the end of the novel instead of the beginning of it, because at the beginning I just wanted to like strangle her. She was just driving me crazy. But the whole book, I loved how she grew into her own and stood up for herself, and I absolutely loved that. So I highly recommend this book to anyone who's interested in romance novels, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And number 10 is Pass It Along, and I don't really know that many people here on BookTube yet, but the 3 people that have contacted me on my comments, I will tag them, and they're really, really sweet. So that is, the first person I'm going to tag is Katie from Katie Loves to Read, and she's really sweet, so go check out her videos. The second person I'm going to tag is Aria from BookGeekMovieFreak, and she has awesome videos too. She's from the Netherlands, and she has all sorts of videos about movie and book reviews, and so go check her out. And the third person I'm going to tag, which I just found this morning, and I don't know if he's found me yet, but his name is Sean, and his channel is Sean and His Books, and I want him to do this tag because he's been doing some pretty good tags recently, so please do this tag. That's what I have for everybody today. So if you have anything that you want me to do in the future, leave it in the comments below, and for now, I'll see y'all later. Bye!